Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I personally think that both of them are generals actually, Zaluzny and Budanov, are out of commission. So that means they are not, I think Budanov not with us anymore. Zaluzny might be with us, but not able to complete his functions, if you understand, and I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying. Maybe Budanov is in a vegetable state right now, or gone, meeting Jesus at this point, but Zaluzny I don't think is there yet. Why? Because after the Russians attacked command centers, it was in the end of May. It was May, at the beginning of May, I'm sorry, when Russia attacked and Zaluzny was gone, I think the end of the April and early May. These guys did not show up anymore. They made two videos that were, one of that was very unconvincing with Budanov. I think it was from the very beginning, I said, this is not a real video, this is not a real person right there. No, there had too many things that were not convincing at all. And then the other video with Zaluzny showing us this sitting at the desk and so on. Well, yes and no, because after that we haven't seen Zaluzny walking, talking and so on. Only old pictures and telegram messages that I know whomever can write for me in my account. So with that, all that being just said from the very beginning, I think these guys are out, and the Russians took them out. Now we have another attack on Friday from the Russians, who did the same thing, and they report, the Russians, the Ministry of Defense reports that Russia strikes Ukrainian decision-making center. Again, I'm waiting now to see others, the second echelon of Ukrainian generals that the media are trying to push forward, like, hey, this is the new guy, but it's a little covered, in a covered way. This is the guy, but they're not going to say the new guy. It's this and that, but they promote them. Before they didn't promote this guy. That's my point. You never heard these names, or you rarely heard them, and now they are the people that used to be Budanov coming out and telling us this and that, Zaluzny coming out and telling us. Now you hear other people. You don't hear these two guys anymore. Yeah, two guys. Like, what's his name? Nixon. Victory. So, let's see what's going on in this article. Russia Today, June 17th, 2023. Russia strikes Ukrainian decision-making center, Ministry of Defense. The attack was a success. Putin said that if he wants, he can destroy any building he wants in center Kiev. Let's see. The attack was a success, and the intended facility was hit, Russia's defense ministry said. Well, the same thing they said regarding the other strikes on Zaluzny and Budanov about the decision-making center. A Russian missile strike on Friday hit a command center of the Ukrainian military. Russia's defense ministry has said. Let's see who's not going to show up anymore. Russian forces, and I'm quoting, carried out a group strike with sea and air-based long-range precision weapons against one of the decision-making centers of the Ukrainian armed forces. End quote, the ministry said in a statement on Saturday. And I'm quoting again, the aim of the strike was achieved. The intended facility was hit. It added without providing further details. I think the details, we'll see them in the future, if we don't going to see some generals showing up again, or if we see everybody else coming up. That means it was unsuccessful. The Russian Defense Ministry has also published a short video of a missile being fired by a warship as part of what it said was the strike on a Ukrainian decision-making center. Let's watch this. What the hell? Obviously, we don't know if this was then or it was, 2 years ago. The Russian military previously reported strikes on, and I'm quoting, decision-making centers in Ukraine in late May, shortly after a large-scale drone attack on Moscow. So before that, they didn't attack decision-making centers. They said they will. They said it on a few occasions, and they didn't, or I don't know, they couldn't. And now it says, yes, we did this because that attack on Moscow, which they say attack, but if you look at it, it could be considered an attack on civilians, since they attacked with drones apartment buildings, civilian apartment buildings. No, that's terrorism, because you try to create terror, and it's civilian population. Read the definition if you're unfamiliar with it. In which several residential buildings were damaged and 2 people suffered minor injuries. The Defense Ministry said back then that facilities in Ukraine where terrorist attacks on Russian soil were being planned under the guidance of specialists from Western intelligence agencies, end quote, were hit. So the facilities in Ukraine where terrorists, so they say they hit these locations, decision-maker centers where terrorist attacks on Russian soil were being planned under the guidance of specialists from Western intelligence agencies. So that's why they said, they claim they destroyed these centers. Russia President Vladimir Putin has confirmed that one of the targeted buildings was the headquarters of the Ukrainian military main intelligence directorate, GUR. And I'm quoting, "We've been talking about the possibility of striking the decision-making centers. Naturally, Ukraine's military intelligence headquarters fall into such category," that's Budanov. "And it was hit 2 or 3 days ago," he said. So that was with Budanov and Zaluzny. And this is, as I said, from June 17 today, Saturday. So I think it was just a matter of decision, not a matter of capability in hitting these centers. I think the Russians know where they are, but they did not destroy them for whatever reason. I think the reason that I think it is, one of them that I can think of, and I think is one of the most important one, I think it's, that's my feeling, that's my assessment. It's an understanding. I think that's an understanding between the Russians and the Americans regarding what can be hit and what cannot be hit. And the Americans are trying to prevent these guys from doing certain things. Otherwise, why would you think that the Americans have the power to tell them, hey, you know what, we're going to give you weapons, but with these weapons, don't hit inside Russia. Hey, we're going to send you the weapons, but it's going to be only a range of 50 kilometers or 80 kilometers. Why this limitation? I mean, these guys obviously hit Kiev, Lviv or Lvov and others wherever they want, and you give us weapons to defend ourselves, but only with a target of a range of 50 kilometers, HIMARS, when they give them HIMARS. What is this? And then now somehow they enhance it to what, 300? How is that possible? Or they will anyway. Long-range missiles, defense systems, and so on. Remember, defense system could be also a switch into attacking, so it's not our defense system. Yeah, okay. So this is it, my friends. You think whatever you want about it, obviously, but I think that these guys are done, Zaluzny and Budanov, and we'll find out after this attack who else is gone. Or maybe not. Maybe it was not a success. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.